This is a video I did not want to make for at least another month or so. The state of the Saints heading into the offseason. Now, this is something we don't really need to talk about this urgently, but I don't want to leave you guys hanging with the videos. I know we all love to talk Saints, regardless of what happened yesterday. I'm sure everybody's eager to just, really discuss the team and talk about things looking forward. And I want to be able to provide an outlet to do that, because I don't know how consistent other Saints podcasts and channels are going to be throughout the offseason, but I'm telling you, we're going to shoot for 3 videos and 2 streams a week. That way we have something every day. It's just going to be a little bit harder because content is more scarce in the offseason until free agency. Free agency is great, and then you have that another dry spell, and then the draft, and then the summer is just absolutely nothing. We get no help in the summer, but we still have, stuff to look forward to, like free agency and the draft. So I'm very excited. Before I start the video, I would like to thank Kristen Hoos for donating $5 on Patreon. I really appreciate you, man. Love you to death. Alicia Hill, even though that is literally my sister, upped her donation to $10, so thank you so much. Those are the Patreon shoutouts for today. If you want to support the channel, go ahead and click the link in the description. You can donate a couple bucks on Patreon. It'll help me get through this dry spell that is the off season, because God knows none of us expected it to come this early. I have a lot of planning to do. Try to, keep the channel afloat again like I did last year, but during this offseason it started quite a bit earlier. So another promising season has come to an end for the New Orleans Saints. After going 11-5 and losing in a ridiculous fashion to the Minnesota Vikings 2 years back, going 13-3 and getting upset in the NFC Championship game over a no call, and losing a game to the Vikings in the wild card round with a 13-3 record, becoming the first team in NFL history. I know it's going to sting. The first team in NFL history to ever lose a wild card game with a 13-3 record. There have only been 3 teams to ever go to the wild card with a 13-3 record. Us, and the Titans back in the day. So we're the first to ever lose with that record. So it's less impressive, but still ridiculous that happened to begin with. The last few seasons have sucked ending wise, but we really do have a bright future to look forward to, and it's just we have a bright future to look forward to, and a lot of people don't think we do, but I promise you, man, we do. While many people wanted / felt like this was the year, in my opinion, it just wasn't. The offense was way too inconsistent. We faced nothing but injuries all year. This just didn't feel like our time. But that's okay. I know you're tired of hearing, we got it next year, but in all seriousness, we will literally get better over the offseason. As you guys know, our biggest problem this year was not having a number 2 wide receiver. It literally got continuously exploited all year just for Jared Cook to semi-bail us out in certain situations. He's a great option, but he's a tight end, and really only explodes when we throw it to him when he creates a mismatch for himself up the middle of the field. I love him to death, but we need somebody to run the boundaries and get open. Ted Ginn is not the answer for that, as you all know, and Traquan has had a lot of trouble getting open, and there's certain passes where he should catch and he doesn't, and catches that he shouldn't catch and he does. So he's really a mixed bag in the worst way. Traquan Smith needs to develop, and he needs to develop fast. I think looking into the draft, because this is a very wide receiver heavy draft class, or maybe even delving into free agency to possibly pick up a wide receiver, would benefit this team so much in the long run. I believe getting another wide receiver is a must for sure. But I'm not going to look too far ahead. The Saints have some decisions to make this offseason now. I know this video is a little bit out of order and it's state of the Saints, but I'll go over what I just covered real quick. I covered my Patreon because the offseason sucks, the need for a wide receiver, and now we're going to be jumping ahead into some notable free agents now. I'm not going to cover all of our free agents in this video because I can't lay my eggs all in one basket. You guys know how the offseason is, so I'll go over some notable ones, and I won't really go over my opinion on if they should be re-signed or not. I'm just going to put their name out there and let you guys decide. Content is scarce. We have 3 free agent quarterbacks this offseason. 3 free agent quarterbacks. Drew Brees, unrestricted free agent. Taysom Hill, unrestricted free agent. And Teddy Bridgewater, who is an unrestricted free agent. The Saints project to have less than $5 million in cap space for 2020. And we have 3 free agent quarterbacks. I don't know what way you swing it, but there's no way, in my opinion, that the New Orleans Saints lock down and secure all three of these quarterbacks this offseason. There's no way. It's not happening. Teddy Bridgewater, like, I don't know how it's going to go, but there are multitudes of ways this team can free up cap space, and Mickey Loomis has been proven to be great at it, but Teddy Bridgewater is going to want a decent wage. Taysom Hill is going to want a decent wage for sure, and Drew Brees is going to get his coin, so I don't think we're going to re-sign all three. Taysom Hill and Teddy Bridgewater have both created ginormous markets for themselves. Teams see Taysom Hill as the white Lamar Jackson, or like Sean Payton said, the next Steve Young. Teddy Bridgewater will be offered by QB-needy teams for sure because of his 5-0 stretch this season. A lot of decisions, but we do have things to look forward to. Like I said, there are more free agents, but 3 quarterbacks is insane. Like 3 whole quarterbacks. Yeah, so the draft, I'd like to get us to get a wide receiver. Everyone was crapping on me for, I asked this question. I said, why did we pass on DK Metcalf, and why did we draft Eric McCoy? I think Nick Easton would have been a solidified, pretty solid starter on that center spot, and having DK Metcalf would have been a game changer this year. He's done great things in Seattle. He's proved to be a number 1 wide receiver, so not having him, even though everybody bashed me for it last year, I think some people can agree in a sense that it would have been a smart move, even though Eric McCoy was the best rookie center this year, period, one of the best in the league. So, whatever way the tower falls, the Saints end up good regardless. So, it's just can't pass up on players like that. I don't think we're going to do that this offseason. I don't think we're going to trade up in the draft like a lot of people have been saying, but, we'll see. So, the next thing I want to talk about is the fact that opportunities are running out for number 9. And I hate to say it because, in all honesty, it just doesn't seem right. But in my opinion, next year, it's Super Bowl or bust. This year was Super Bowl or bust, but next year is Super Bowl or bust. In 2021, that offseason, we got to worry about re-signing Marshawn Lattimore, Alvin Kamara, Marcus Williams, Ryan Ramczyk. So many players. So many players are going to be requesting or, have earned a payday. So the team might not look the same in 2 years. This is it. 2020 is Drew Brees' run. This is it. He'll probably sign some type of 2-year contract with the Saints or a 1-year deal. Who knows? But in my opinion, this is it. So we're going to need to put all of our eggs in one basket and shoot for the moon in 2020 because opportunities are running low for number 9. He has not been the best playoff performer, and that's just that. In 2017, scored 0 points the entire first half against the Minnesota Vikings, mounted a comeback, but of course fell short in the end because we left too much time on the clock for our defense to go and screw it up. 2018, he went down early to the Philadelphia Eagles after throwing a pick on the first play of the game in the divisional round, and then we fell short he threw the pick the first play of the divisional round, barely scored any points, like 6 points the entire second half, almost let that lead go, and we ended up almost losing that game. Marshawn Lattimore's pick was the game stealer for that, but then after that game, we went to the NFC Championship game. We didn't do great offensively all day, but then Drew Brees threw a game-sealing interception in overtime. And then this year, Drew Brees had an interception into double coverage, a very tight window, which should not have been thrown. I don't care who you are. You don't throw that pass. Ted Ginn Jr. was not open. It looked like he just got jealous of Taysom Hill throwing a 50-yard bomb and decided, I'm going to do it myself. But I'm just kidding, by the way. That's not true. Drew Brees is 100 times the quarterback Taysom Hill is and probably will ever be, but he did that, and then he fumbled in a pass where he could have just either thrown it into the dirt, taken the sack, or thrown it away at some point. Left way too much time there to get sacked, or sack and fumble. So opportunities are running out for Drew Brees. If he wants to get a second ring, we got to capitalize ASAP. We got to clean up playoff performances because they have not been looking good for this dude. I love Drew. I love you to death, but clutch performer award in the regular season, you got it down pat. But as soon as we get into the playoffs, things are different. So yeah, I think next year is Super Bowl or bust. It's either we get it or we don't. Yeah, so welcome to the off season. Welcome to upsetness. I know a lot of you guys probably don't even want to watch any Saints content right now. I know we're all in that healing process, even though most people are just like, whatever. I'm not upset, I'm not sad, and I'm not mad anymore. I'm just disappointed. Like, it's just the false hope. It takes a toll on you after a while. So yeah, we will definitely be continuing videos for the off season at a very heavy pace. I'm not gonna just stop because it's the off season. We're gonna be going hard per usual. Expect it kind of like last season where there were series, off season exclusive like camp battles and undrafted free agent recaps and videos showcasing free agents we pick up or free agent possibilities. There's a lot of stuff we could talk about on this channel, and we're going to do it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget my Patreon link is in the description. I'm gonna need it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you boys in the next one. Adios.
Ballin' like Barkley, wrist so sparkly.